Wait, hello everyone. G'day Anthony, Aaron, g'day Brian. Zenwood, on run, enjoy. Who else is there? I think Shoe Kitty was there earlier. How we all doing? Just getting this tripod that was behind my setup, but I need this in a couple of weeks. I thought I'd grab it while I was looking at it. Dust. One of my old tripods, but it'll do the job as a backup. God damn it.
That's what she said!
Right. Have you loaded up the deck, Shoe Kitty? Is it still working? Old tripod, but it'll do the job. No, that's what she's... Nah, you press the buttons. Well, it looks like the deck still works. So if you reload it, it should still be there because it's showing up for me. I'm heading there now. Cool. I just literally added a new deck to Sammy, which is a online poll deck like the one we did with StreamerBot that didn't fucking work because it was using a shitty browser source. This one's using just text sources, so I literally just added it. Don't know how to fucking use it. So I'm going to tinker with that now.
That's what she said!
Yep, sounds like it's working.
Beer.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition!
Yep, those all work. The lights machine didn't fucking work for me. See if Brian gets anything.
Hello,
Oh,
is this shit on?
Undefined 2 track, so that should be come through.
That's what she said!
Yep, sweet, it's working. Okay, so this is the new thing. We've got control, set up a new poll, restart poll, pause, resume poll, show my poll. Don't even know what these commands are. Well, they're all Twitch commands, so we need to remake all those. Pain in the ass. Morning, Anthony.
You know, you gotta quit messing with that stuff this early in the morning.
Well, adding new toys. I want to add new toys.
You gotta do that during normal business hours.
Yeah, the problem is I have to start all this shit up, and when normal business hours, when I've got time to actually play with this stuff, last thing I want to do is shut down everything on my computer.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Start all the stream stuff up, then turn this machine on, then start all this crap up. This is the only time I get to play with this shit when I'm actually gonna do a stream. And I suppose it's more entertaining because you get to watch me break shit.
Oh, let me just say, this is
Beer.
this is the munted pub for sure.
For a reason. It's for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, command info. What's this? Okay, command list. And I think the guy who made this is German too.
The Scotch Downunder computer core is operating within nominal parameters. Completely
I thought I
fucking
saw
bunted.
some German words in here.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? He's using switch statement chat votes.pp, Pepe, which is the stupid Twitch thing. Twitch, me. Poll resume, type the numbers 1 to answer questions to vote in chat. Case statement, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so I got to go through all this and change it all.
So, was at the Belvini tasting yesterday.
Oh, yeah, how'd that go?
You know, I have the 21, the 16, 14 Caribbean cask, the 12, and I thought they were all good. Okay, they're all good. I didn't think the 21 was good enough to lay down almost 3 bills for.
No, it's definitely not.
I liked that it was a little higher ABV.
G'day Simmerman Bob, cheers mate.
Hey, Simon.
The higher ABV was definitely the plus on it, just like this the 16. I actually almost preferred that, the French oak cask over the 21.
Yep,
But
that's
21,
understandable.
the 21 had a little more polished edges, of course. The 14 I thought was good, the Caribbean cask. However, at 43 ABV, I thought it was a little light, and it probably would have actually benefited from a 46, 47 ABV.
Yep.
The 12 was just your quintessential Belvini, honey, fruit, vanilla. It was nice, and I could have picked it up for like $30, but because they were if you paid $20 to get in for that tasting, it was well worth $20. But I was invited, so I didn't have to pay. I was a guest of the owner, and I ended up not leaving with any of them because I can always get them, but I was really hoping the 16 or even the 21 would have ticked all the boxes to make me lay down the dead presidents for them, but it just didn't. I don't know. I'm more on the fence on the 16. The 21, like I said, I could have walked out of there with that 21 for about $2.50.
It's not worth it.
And that's what I told a couple of people who were on the fence about it, who I knew there. Matter of fact, his wife come over and asked me specifically about it. She says, "What do you think?" I said, "I think."
Nice question.
But unfortunately, I says, even at what we're going to pay for it, if how do I say this? It just wasn't there, Ken.
Nah, I mean,
Brian, I'm going to talk about this because I don't think anybody knows about this stick yet. But I picked them up last week. But anyway, this is one called Uncommon Valor, released by Bourbon Battalion. It's his cigar line.
Oh, it's Bobby's. Okay, nice.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
No, I was really disappointed with the Balvenie 21 because when I had the little whiskey club here, we used to put in $20 when we would have a meetup to go into a bottle end of the year. We saved up all the money, and it was, I want to say, $300 or $250 Australian back then. This was like 6 years ago. And we all got it, and we all sat there and we drank it, and we were like, yeah, this is kind of really disappointing. And me being a port fiend,
Oh
was
yeah,
really excited for it.
the
And it
port was nice on it. Don't get me wrong. The port was a nice finish. Yes.
but it's low ABV as well.
Well, I was already invited back to go to the tasting for Glenfiddich. They'll be doing that here November, I think it is. So I was already invited back as an invited guest to the owner of the bottle shop.
Yep.
So of course I'm going to go because I do like the Glenfiddich 12. And, Balvenie owns them. So, but I was disappointed to hear two things from them. My peat week, or now they call it week of peat, is no longer imported to the States.
Oh,
Yes, extremely upset because I said, where the hell is it? So their North America brand ambassador, I don't know, that's my made up name, of course, is from Oz. So he was there and I was talking to him. He was in Singapore for the longest time before he came and did this journey to come over here. And he informed me that in this market, it just didn't make sense. But he says, and this is my take. He says, but the people here that drink Balvenie who know of it are asking for it. He goes, but unfortunately, there's just not enough market for it, so they don't have it. So it would be in the duty-free shops.
yep.
Yeah.
Sure,
But-
so you can find the decent port cast finish for about 180. That's the way to go. I would say the Tomatin 14 is the way to go if you want a really good port.
Well,
I've not bought any Balvenie in years. Price encounter is horrible. A friend did give me 1/4 of ton 1509 batch 5. That was a good one. Yeah, I said them here, but they're like $350, $400 for any of those tons. Or the special
like
ones
I
like the
said,
Rhodes or any of that.
I was disappointed that they've discontinued the peat week of peat for the States. Now I don't know, Peter, can you still get any of them in Canada? Because they're
I can
not
still
in-
get them here. I mean, I picked up a
Well,
backup.
he
bottle.
said, well, I told him about you and Chris and Lil, and I said, I've got connections. So he's like, I'll just have one of them pick one up at the duty free.
Oh yeah, sure.
But he said there's a 17-year still floating around at the duty frees, and it was an older
Hey, Martin.
distillate that they did a few years ago, and it's still out. Or maybe it's I think he said it was a 17. He said he has still seen them, in the duty frees. And I said, But anyway, and then my other most disappointing news from him, I said, I'm so far I'm not liking our conversation. Is the Balvenie 15-year sherry is no longer brought here.
Yeah.
And are you kidding me? He goes, no. I said, I know they're still here. But he goes, yep, we're not bringing them in. I said, so far, I'm going to have to just stop drinking Balvenie if you guys don't start putting some good shit on the shelf out here. I said, the 12 is great. You can drink that every day. I says, but I enjoy the 15 with the sherry over the 12. But I go, I just can't believe you're not. Who wouldn't buy something like that? I think it's a good whiskey for the money. 15 years with Sherry. But he goes, what it is the demand here overall, not just for Belvini, but, you know, spirits like that in general, have really dropped to where they're really looking where are they going to make the best bang for the buck. So if you pick Singapore,
Yeah.
fast as we can ship it, it's gone. But the market is double what it is here.
Yep, that's it.
There, Japan, he goes, he says we couldn't make it fast enough to ship it that way. Again, those are my words. But that's how different the market is there versus here. Yeah, that's how different the market is.
Nah, the Belvini is definitely shot themselves in the foot with their stupid pricing.
Well, he said also, but he says what the other problem is shipping now is with the cost of just to do that has almost doubled over the last years. He goes that's another thing that we are really looking at. He says, and unfortunately, he says we're not the only group that's really looking at this, because we know price is important to people, but unfortunately there are some things we can't control. One of them is shipping costs. And
so Peter's saying Wikipedia's still available in Canada. Anything outside of Alberta is a joke price wise, and even there it's not great. Yeah.
So I mean, it's just was disappointing to me, but I liked listening to what he had to say, because now I got it right from the horse. So now I know there's no rumor. It's not going to be here. So whatever's on the shelf, if it hasn't been moving and it's something that you all are interested in, like the Peat Week or Week of Peat, if you see them on the shelf, you need to pick them up, because they're not coming unless you're doing some travel and you can pick up a more recent expression at a duty free. And I told him, I said, well, I've got the 03. He goes, oh, that's the original. He goes, that's really good. And I said, yeah, I would love to find one of those. And he goes, well, believe it or not, people that don't know about it, he says, you might still find a few on the shelf here and there. But he goes, that would be a unicorn. I go, I know. I says, I might actually pay a little bit more for one of those again. I mean, I stumbled on the one I got for under a C note, like 2 years ago. And I picked that sucker right up. But I also was able to to taste a Still Austin that was blended by Nancy Fraley, finally.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And I can tell you, I don't have my phone right, send a picture to Discord, but I know I posted it on my Instagram. It was sublime. It was good. It was viscous. It was sweet. It had spice on it. It was dark. I remember it's maybe 2.5, 3 years old if you're lucky, but it was so good. So that was the first one I had seen out, but it was another whiskey enthusiast that I met from the shop, and they live about 30 miles from me, but they're south of me. And he probably had 6 or 8 different ones in a bag. And of course, I saw the bands on it, and I said, "You wouldn't happen to have the Nancy Fraley one in there?" And he laughed. And he says, "Of course." He says, "Do you want some?" And I just looked at him, and he says, "Okay." So he poured me some, and it was wonderful. And then I got to taste another one called Rye, RY3, the number 3, so Rye 3. They're light whiskey, 14-year-old, and coming in at, I don't remember the proof, but I want to say about 120 on the proof. And oh my goodness, was that a transcending sip. So it was a good time and good whiskey. But nothing I absolutely positively had yet. Unless one of the Still Austin Nancy Fraley picks was there, but we don't get those here. And some of those distillery only, so I'd have to get with Mr. Great Shot. But it was a nice event. I mean, it was a good time just chatting with some other whiskey enthusiasts, listening to their take specifically on some of that stuff. I mean, it's good to be around the like-minded people like that, if that makes sense to you, to really help you understand.
G'day Bourbon Barla Lee, cheers mate.
What's up, Lee? No, it's fun going to events like that.
It is. But I know a lot of the people that were there, believe me, they go to 20 times more events than I do. And they're in like the Las Vegas Whiskey Drinkers, Las Vegas Whiskey Society. There's a big couple of groups that, frequent this and frequent the same shops. And
Hello, is this shit on?
it is too. So anyway, yeah, it was a nice event, and got to meet some more good people. And of course, other people coming up to me that have said, "Oh, hey, I saw you review this," and you're like, "Oh, you actually watched the stream?" Wow. But anyway, they're like, "Yeah, I went out and got this, or I went out and got that." And I go, "I'm sorry if you don't like it, but taste is subjective." But anyway, I gotta do my thumbnail this morning. Get that shit done. Of course, I'm procrastinating.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, but that big ball of fire is starting to rear its head. However, as you can see it in the background, but I put up a blind.
That evil damn thing.
Well, I put up a blind, so I'm going to see how well that will work, or will it chase me out from here. So, Top Shelf Whiskey put out a video on the 2 orphan barrels. I think one was a 21 and a 25, or a 22 and a 25-year-old. I didn't realize Orphan Barrel was a Diageo company. Did not know that. I knew
Orphan Barrel, eh?
Yeah, I knew that they were all closed distilleries, and Diageo bought distillate and call it Orphan Barrel.
Yep.
I didn't know that. But what I thought it was is originally, but I never really looked into it. I thought Orphan Barrel was a totally closed distillery that somebody picked up and is just selling the distillate in general.
Bingo. Okay, now it's going to work.
But now I understand. But I also had to tell him, I said to Dustin, I said, I saw how much water you emptied into that little thimbleful of whiskey. Sacrilege. But hey, it's your whiskey, and if you want to water it down, go ahead.
That's it.
But anyway. So yeah, it was a good day yesterday. As far as day drinking went, I had no problem.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, I had no problem doing it, and I continued it on the way home because then I could accentuate the buzz a little better. You know, I couldn't really, what I call, do a nice dive into a few other things were there because I still had to drive home. It's not far. It was only about 6 miles, 7 miles, but it's just a fact of the matter. I'm not going to drive while intoxicated. But yeah, there was a couple more I would like to have tried. There was a few more still Austins that I just don't have that I would have liked to have had a few sips of, but I had to restrain myself. But you know, it's hard when you see the bottles there. You know, all you have to do is just pop that cork off and have a little taste. But I just sighed and said no thank you. But my wife did offer to come so she could drive me home, but I said no, because I don't think she would have thoroughly enjoyed herself, because other than standing around and listening to me stammer, you can do that any day. So I spared her. I am a good husband.
130 mil. Jesus, can you hear any interference in the background? What do you mean, echo, or what's you talking about?
It
What
might
kind of
be the
interference?
Fair Dinkum mounted pub sign humming,
Well, the pub sign doesn't make any noise, but
or you might hear my aircon running, because you know it is.
yeah, the aircon's probably coming through.
I mean, it's not near me, but it's not far. It's just on the opposite side of the house. And it
Yeah,
is
no, it's fine.
the volume. There you go. Let me go.
Diageo is the state in the whiskey game. Yep. Or is it this? How about now?
How about now?
Test, 1, 2. Does that make any difference?
I hear you. I hear you perfectly. But I'll go get my earbuds and pop them in.
Okay, so that wasn't me then. Yeah, Anthony's volume is a little low, but it's fine.
I am 50 yards away from the mic. My iPad's
Yeah.
in front of me. So let me go get my earbuds and see if that'll work. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back. And
Roger that.
I will mute.
Yeah, I noticed that when Anthony first came on, and then it dropped off. Okay, so this kind of works. Just needs a bit of tweaking. Umfrage ansiegen, Umfrage verstecken. So he's definitely put some German commands in. So we've got show and hide. Umfrage weiter, Umfrage Pause. One for like a neue start. And that one's just set up new file. Calling to 300 mil. Fuck me dead. So we got restart, continue, pause, hide, show. It's kind of weird when you do a pause, it doesn't end it. Probably jump on for a bit on Wednesdays. I need to grab Chris's number from you. Planning to meet. Oh, yeah, that's right. Monday week, yeah. Before they go off. So I just need to set up. I mean, what has he got? So he's got show, hide, which you should do that automatically. Pause, continue, and restart. I mean, so if you do continue, does it just keep going? Okay. So it just keeps the, does it still do the same users? Now what if you do a new one? Poll, blah, blah.
Has this made much of a difference?
Yep. What does that do? Oh, there you go. But it doesn't reset the values. Oh, yeah, it does. It does. Okay. So if I spam one.
Okay. There we go. Now I brought the mic closer to me. I just got to put these things in my ear.
JD!
G'day JD. Bourbon approach, cheers mate.
Looked like cool whiskey tasting yesterday. My orphan daughter come back in 3 days from Poland.
Okay, yeah. Well, like I said, I was away. My iPad is a good 3 feet in front of me versus where I'm actually sitting if I tilt back. Yes, that ball of fire is coming up, but the blind is probably getting rid of about 3/4 of the mess. So I will reposition it later because I realized I wasn't paying attention on something when I put it up there this morning. But that's all right. It's serving the purpose it needs to serve. Well, JD, what's going on, man? Hope all is well over there in the People's Republic of California. The only thing I can say is that I may have to have you at some point do a little shopping for me because there might be a few things over there I may need you to pick up, and it's nothing I need like today or tomorrow, but I'm gonna start looking for a few things, and I'm pretty sure most everything is available over there where you are. So anyway, so far it's a nice morning here. No clouds like yesterday. High white clouds, blue skies off to the north. I just wish one would come in front of that big ball of light rising in the east, but that's just the way it is. And hopefully, maybe today, I can get this evaporative cooler going again. I haven't had it running since probably early June. We've just been, 40, 45 degrees here, humid. And
I don't want that.
no, and this just doesn't work. And I certainly don't want $300 electric bills, but if you want to survive in this desolate land of nothing but fire, which you know all about, Ken.
Yeah.
Anyway. It's just the price I pay so I don't have to shovel snow.
Yeah. Yep. Why can't we have in between? Stop votes.
Well, I'm not overly disappointed in that blind I put up. I mean, it's not cooking me out. So it's fine, but the only mistake is this does not have the, I don't know what you would call it, but the string that rolls it up and down. It's either up or down, and you roll it, which is fine. It's only going to live in one of two positions, all the way up or all the way down. There's no reason for it to be anywhere else. And I don't need to see the wall in the backyard, so. But in truth, it doesn't even need to be halfway down to block that thing, but that's all right. It was my fault. I didn't pay attention to that it didn't come with it. But the aggravation of having to return it, yeah, no. I will live with it the way it is. But if it works out, I will figure out something else to put there. Slapshot, if I could remember what the website was that Bobby has that distributes these sticks, I'd tell you, but I can't remember offhand. But for some reason, I think it's Uncommon Valor. No, I don't think so. Now that I think about it. But anyway, there'll be more offered. Right now, this was the first release, and I'm quite satisfied with it. It's a good morning smoke. It has flavor, that's for sure. Now I'm getting nuts, caramel, and like a cocoa. on the palate. The coffee is good. He recommends a Highland Park cask strength if you're going to drink a whiskey with your cigar. He recommends a caramel macchiato with a double shot of espresso if you're having it with coffee, although frou-frou shit is not my thing. So an Italian roast is what's in the cup today. I ran out of my Sumatran, so I ground up some Italian roast and put that in the old brewer this morning. And what might go good in here is a little Bailey's for just a
bit of Bailey's, yeah, that'll work.
yeah, just a little touch of cream.
No win slots these days. Ken, have you rigged it? No, St. Bernard's fucking run the show.
Oh, absolutely. St. Bernard's is always prevalent on this stream. You just never know when St. Bernard's is going to cast a spell and screw everything up. I mean, that's why he's a great casino mogul.
Except I never get any money out of it.
There you go. St. Bernard's.
Yep.
Sugar Kitty coined it perfectly. So I've been looking, and people are, I forget the name of the company, but they use, and I'm going to say like a cell signal for Wi-Fi. So they put these receivers on their roofs here, and all of our roofs here, if you're smart, are terracotta tile, because regular asphalt shingles will never last 20 years out here. Never.
No.
So we have tile roofs. I forbid anyone. I've never walked on my roof, but I'm looking at where my neighbor on the other side of the wall had the company mount that, and it's almost in the center of his roof, right at the peak, right where your ridge vent would go. That means they have to walk on your tile. But to secure it, there has to be some type of bolts through there. And that's what it appears to me. Well, you have
for the ridge capping?
It is literally probably 12 inches from your ridge cap on the top of your roof. Well, this is where his is. And I'm estimating because I'm not right by it, but in order to secure it, there's a nice, looks like a metal plate that the arm is on, and then it's not a dish, but it is a receiver that's on a pole about the thickness of a roof vent for your sewer line, and it sits on top. Now, my neighbor to the left has it, but I'm looking at the one here directly on the back, and there is absolutely no friggin' way I would allow that on my roof and to put a hole in it. I mean, you have probably a half dozen holes between your ridge vent or your vents for your sewer system, your vents for your bathroom fans, and then of course your furnace. The flue comes up through your roof. There's just no way I'm going to do that, nor let someone walk on my roof to do that. I mean, no way.
No.
I mean, I'm sure there's underlayment underneath them all. There's no way it cannot be. But no, it is more inexpensive than what I pay, but you're using, I'm going to say 5G, and I don't know, so don't quote me, but if I remember when they were soliciting here, and they were
The
trying to
Scotch down
pitch
under
it
computer core
to
is
me.
operating within nominal parameters. Completely fucking munted.
I just can't see it. Now, if they could attach it to the side of my house, in other words, unlike the eaves where the wood is, there's a small chance I would consider it. but I'm looking at how that coaxial follows the ridge vent and then comes down the side. I would almost have to assume they drilled into the side of the house to get a connection in there. And I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
No.
Yeah. So, that being said, I'm glad everyone else did it, not me. But there are quite a few. I see it up here. I'm going to have to talk to my neighbor and ask him how well it does. Because I think it's a Starlink is another one that's... This isn't it, but that's another one that's been marketing out here. And then one called HughesNet, as in Howard Hughes.
Oh, really?
Yep. Believe it or not, that corporation is still here. I mean, the legacy of the Spruce Goose still lives on.
Yep,
And,
the infamous Spruce Goose.
Yeah, but he had a business here. And I forget what hotel he lived in for the longest time on the Strip. Well, he owned it, so he could do what he wanted. But he became a recluse and was actually, I don't want to say insane, but yeah, he went crazy. But he was brilliant. But crazy.
Oh, he certainly was. But yeah, he did, you're right, he did get a bit loco.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was brilliant, but crazy.
Okay, let's try that.
Yeah, I think a little Bailey's would do well in this coffee. Okay. Whoop. Wait a minute. There I am.
Yeah, I don't know if YouTube's going to come back. It should do.
They didn't reply to me when I asked if they could hear me. But I did post. But on YouTube... What's that?
It's back now.
Okay. I don't
so
see
it.
it so
whole OBS had shut the bed. I thought it was just a preview that had frozen, but no, OBS had actually stopped even sending out data.
Oh my gosh. There we go. Yeah, we're back live.
Yeah. It completely stopped sending out data.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
There we go. Turn that shit off. I should have grabbed my sunglasses, but we're all right. I saw a mic popped in. Stall.
The Scotch Down Under computer core is operating within nominal parameters. Completely fucking bunted.
Fucking OBS went munted.
Yeah.
I think it had a memory leak because it went up to like 17 gig of memory use. It was stuck.
Holy smokes.
Yep, that was a complete fatal error. It's a good thing I've got a 64 gig memory.
Yeah. It might never remember it happened.
Nope. I'm munted.
Well, it's all right.
That's what she said.
Memory leak. Yep.
Hmm?
It's all good.
Right now. Let's touch wood, people. Yeah. Since it's restarted.
There we go.
Yeah.
What's in the box?
Hey, there's hanging.
Actually use these buttons. There we go. There's Mike.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Oh,
Look.
there was
Oh.
Mike. There goes Mike.
There
What's up,
was. Now he's not.
Oh, the fucking St. Bernards will always be there. Don't worry about that.
Oh, yes. I wonder if Mike's walking 12K.
Could be.
The Scotch
What's up,
Down
man?
Under computer core is operating within nominal parameters. Completely fucking bunted.
God damn it! Who the hell drilled my box?
So we're just done with phrasing, right? That's not a thing anymore?
I'm going to have to say, duh.
Yeah, exactly. Duh.
I mean, come on. Really? We wouldn't expect much of anything else. Come on. You have to live up to the name of the pub. Now Mike's just got to try to see if he can pop back on.
There he is. I can see him in the background, but he's not popping up on screen.
Maybe he froze.
I added him.
The Scotch
he
Down
popped
Under
it.
computer core is
for
operating
fuckity
within
fuck's
nominal
sake.
parameters.
I
Yeah.
hear you. We can't see you,
I added
but
you.
we hear
You're
you.
just not popping up on screen. What's your connection like? No, your connection says it's alright. Ah, okay.
Who knows? Yeah. Oh my goodness, listen to that killer. Well, you gotta understand, other dogs can't walk down the sidewalk. Yeah, of course, that's just not allowed. Yeah, that's just not allowed. My beast. Really? Well, in that retirement community, isn't that what the people do? Oh. Well, you know, around here, when you see a community that's filled with golf carts, generally it's 55 and older. Minimum 2. Mm-hmm. Considering. Mm-hmm. You're Windsor, right? If I remember right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're. Mm-hmm.
Drop
But
the
you're.
boost.
But you're physically not on the fairways or anything like that, right? Good. You don't have to worry about. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So here, back when I used to golf in the communities, their houses bordered the fairways or something like that. A lot of people erected these huge nets to try to protect their house from stray golf balls. And it's just funny, you know, they thought, oh man, I'm going to live right on, you know, the golf course, literally. I used to think that would be great until I got on the course and watched it and went, oh yeah, that's not a good thing. Because then you start looking, you can see the holes in the sides of the house from the stray balls that get shanked or whatever. And yeah, they do a number on the side